Hey everyone, and welcome to the end of week 7 of the Open Wheeler series here on Low Fuel Motorsport. This time we are at Silverstone. And, unlike Imola last week, I actually like this track a lot. Got 3 races to show you today. First 2 races I kind of just threw away. I did end up going on pole for all 3 of them, actually. But, something that really stuck out to me was that every single qualifying attempt, the track was just really hot. Like you see there, right there. What was it, 37C? Oh. And yeah, it was really close. Yeah, Aline is a very fast driver. And you're going to see that as we head into the race here. But, now I'm gonna lie, yeah, I just kind of threw these first 2 races away. First race was mainly because I had no idea what I was doing with the race, with my setup, honestly. And yeah, it was just super loose. And not to mention, these mediums, the mediums in race trim, absolutely did not work. And I believe you'll see that later as Ali just cuts right in front of us. And we just kind of stick with him as much as we can. Try and go for a move here, and I believe we do get it done, but I think he does get us back here. But anyways, yeah, so this is essentially, yeah, he's really fighting us on the inside here, and eventually, I believe, yeah, we're just dragging all the way down to, I believe this is Cops here. And get so close to him, we actually have to back out. And I wasn't exactly comfortable taking it in 6th yet, so I'd end up downshifting and braking for Cops, which does give him a little bit of space and does bring the 3rd place car into the mix. But like about halfway through the race, we build a bit of a gap to 3rd, and we're still relatively with Aline at this point. And I go off track here,
I'll eat it.
and I just figured, yeah, I'll just eat the warning. But that's going to be the least of my mistakes as we go through here. And no idea how I upset the car there, but yeah, just not only did I just go into a spin, but now my tires are pretty cooked, and from there the car was just absolutely on ice. Like it just felt like I was just driving on butter for the rest of the race. And try as I might, all I can muster out of that race was 5th, and
Alright, that was just awful.
yeah, I wasn't happy with that. And you're gonna hear me. I need to work on the setup. Simple as. Yeah, and that's exactly what I did. Is I went back and I worked on mainly the race setup, because like the qualifying setup I was actually quite comfortable with, even though I thought it was just as loose as the race setup. But needless to say, I did take a bit of time to try and refine it a little bit. And coming to the 2nd race here, Aline's also in this one. I believe this was 4 hours after... Wait, no. Yeah, it was 4 hours after the 1st race. And once again, securing pole. And I threw it away this time for a different reason. And we're just going to watch the race start here. So, and while we just watch this opening lap here, I may as well go over what I did differently. And mainly it was just swapping from mediums to hards. Because what I was noticing is that the hards are... not only do they take a lot of temperature to get up to... Not only does it take a lot of... abrasion or whatever to get up to temperature, and yeah, just very tight going through this first sector on the first lap. And then we come back and try the same move we did in the 1st race, But, yeah, not only does it take a lot of scrubbing to get the tires up to temperature, but also they tend to hold temperature really well despite all of that abrasion. And then cutting to the next lap, we are in front. We try to defend as much as we can going into this corner, force him to the outside, and unfortunately brake earlier. And I mean, I think this I think what I did was wrong twofold. Number one was I was just poorly positioned. I should have just backed out of it more. That? And number two was netcode, because I think that was a very slight impact, but it was the netcode just amplified that. So I spend the rest of this race getting back up to P2 from, I believe it was 5th I was in. And going up against these guys here, they were pretty much clean overtakes. Even though right here I do decide to back out going into Maggots and Beckett's, because I think it was just too risky of a move going into there. But yeah, just kind of sucks, and kind of sucks that happened. And honestly, I don't think there was anything I could do to improve that. And honestly, that's just kind of the price you have to pay when you go into LFM as a North American player. Like, I don't think there's enough North American drivers on LFM to justify opening up servers here. But, yeah, you just have to drive a lot more cautiously than against 90% of the grid as a result. And, don't get me wrong, you can still get a lot of close racing done as we send it into T1 here. But you make contact and like it's going to end your race or it's going to end theirs. And honestly, that just kind of sucks when that happens. But yeah, finally get the moves done on P4 and P3 here. And try as I might, I could not catch up to Ali. We were doing similar lap times. Yeah. Like, I want to say I was a little bit faster towards the end. But, yeah, just didn't have enough time, and not to mention, kept making small mistakes like that. And I ended up P2 here. So I pretty much just decided to call it a day there. And so I believe this final race takes place on the Friday. I believe this was the 3 o'clock Pacific race. And yeah, I forgot to turn on my webcam for qualifying. We'll flip up the privacy shade for it. But this is going to be my fastest lap here. And I did make a slight adjustment to my qualifying setup here. Not only am I running the mediums, which is also something I did for the second race, I should have clarified, but I also took one click off of the rear toe, so that way it doesn't move as much going through the corners. Like, cause like I'm already getting good enough rotation as is, and I'm just struggling with exit grip. So that's pretty much all I did to adjust this out for this race. But anyways, this race ended up being like really high elo, and I want to say it's because a little streamer by the name of Adam Galaxy, who is on the LFM content creator team, ended up attending this race. And I believe you don't see him here, but I believe he ended up qualifying 10th. And yeah, a bunch of big names in this championship are here. Robbie Lyons, I believe. And yeah. But going through this lap, still not like. I think you can take that in flat. I think it. Excuse me. I think you can take that 6th gear flat, but I just never had the confidence. And not to mention when you qualify in LFM, the track condition is like not optimal. Like I think it's at like 96% track grip or something like that, and then it slowly rubbers in as the session goes on. I believe it's at I can't read that from my previous screen. But needless to say, the track is a lot more slick, and not to mention a lot more hot than what you'd expect, both in the practice server and in the race. But needless to say, I think I did a competent job of putting together some laps all together with given these conditions. But yeah, I ended up, like, my practice, this was a 2-minute .3, and this is the moment I found out. Flip on my webcam. Yeah. But yeah, 2-minute .3, and the best I did in the practice server, you can see right there, 58.5, which is about what you want to do with optimal conditions. Like, in fact, I think I wouldn't be surprised if someone did a high 57, but yeah. Once again, great start here. Finally starting to get these nailed down. And Stella also gets a really good launch here. Tries an attack into T1. I take the outside and leave him all the space in the world, but he's just not alongside, so I just decide to maximize the exit as much as I can, even though I took a very narrow line through there, through 3. And just like that, I already have a half-second lead on everybody else, and Stella's under attack from Daniel. And yeah, from here, I just kind of focus on dialing myself in, so to speak, because the tires are still not quite up to pressure, up to temperature, all that. As you can see, I did have a slight wiggle coming out of there. And yeah, so first sector we get through quite sane. Little bit of a wiggle going through cops again. Just not, still not entirely confident in the car. And going through Maggots and Beckett's here, you want to pay attention to the rear view mirror here, as Stella just loses it going through Beckett's. And no idea what happened there in the moment, but I have the replay pulled up here. And the brake traces aren't exactly accurate, but it just looks like he just did like a little flick, like he just flicked it in too hard, and the back end was just so lazy that it just looped around on him. And from there, it was just kind of a easy-ish cruise to victory. Come on, I want to set a sub 2 minute. And yeah, but even then, I was still just pushing myself, because I really wanted to try and get a sub 2 minute race lap in. Do it. But I just kept doing mistakes after mistake. But coming on to the final lap here, after we get done fast forwarding, and I'm just gonna let this lap play out, because honestly, I was surprised that the tires had it in them. All right, one last try to make it happen. Like, I was surprised that I was able to do that with the tires. And yeah, like I said, hards were just the meta tire to be on for the race rim, because compared to like even the bar, the projected wear bar that CMRT shows me, it just, like, they just hold up infinitely more than the mediums over a longer stint. Like, it's not even funny. Like, I want to say, like, for like more technical tracks where you're not taking so many fast corners, I would say, like, the mediums are the race trim tire to be on. But for tracks like this, where you're going through, like, tons and tons of fast corners, those mediums are not going to last. And you are going to have to go to the hards. And, not to mention they hold up, under temperature as well. And once again, just really, I had no reason to push here. Like, I was just pushing myself just to see if I could do it. Like, I could very well easily just cruise to victory here. I have an 8-second gap to Daniel behind. But, yeah, coming out of Maggots and Beckett's a 10th up. I mean, all I needed was, like, 100th. And going through into the final sector here. Just really taking it easy. Little bit of a wiggle going through there as I clip the inside curb. But I managed to hold on to my momentum. Going through here, just really trying to keep the back end under me.
There we fucking go. That's a
and
note
I end
to
up
go
picking
out
up
on.
another 10th. And yeah, just amazed. Just amazed of that I was able to do that. And ended up doing like a 59.8
Good stuff.
out of
Good
all
stuff.
that.
Good thing I flipped up the webcam for that.
And yeah, like I said earlier, this ended up being a very high elo race, so this win ended up netting me like 500 points, and I went from like 25th in the series standings all the way to P9, and which honestly just shocked me. So hopefully I get into more lobbies like that in the future, but if you want to see me race at Laguna next week, like, comment, subscribe, all that, and yeah, hope you like this video, and hope to see you in the next one. Take it easy.